Okay, Sean is down for his nap, so I'm gonna attempt to complete this final video and get this posted. So let's see, where did I leave off? So I think I caught you up to 12 weeks. So I switched OBs. The doctor that my OB that I had with Sean, who I love, um, could not deliver me at the same hospital that I delivered Sean at because there was contract disputes. They had built a new hospital up the road. I actually went and toured the hospital, and it's not my cup of tea. So I won't be delivering. I'll be delivering back at Columbia Center at Ozaki, where I delivered Sean at. And in order to do that, though, I had to find a doctor who was able to deliver me there. So Dr. Kostick referred me to Dr. Cook, who is a really, really nice younger German lady who is very into the all natural, unmedicated, childbirth experience. Whatever she can do to assist you to make that happen is her goal. We went and met with her, Paul and I, and got a really good vibe from her on the first visit, and so decided to go ahead and stay with her. And so we're settled with being with her for this baby and the next one as well, since Coptic won't be able to deliver the next one either, since I'll deliver them all at the same hospital. Um, so where that brings us up to week 13. So probably about the middle of the week of week 13. One night I had Sean and I had showered, and I got kind of dizzy after the shower and a little lightheaded. I had done too much that day for one. But then after I got Sean down into bed, I just kind of went and laid down to kind of collect myself. I got some water and tried to lay down and rest for a little bit. And then I started having these sharp shooting pains in my arms. So from like middle of my, so like here's my elbow, so middle of my arm straight down into my hand. And so it had happened a couple of nights before this as well, but it was really short-lived. It woke me up out of my sleep. I was laying flat on my back at the time. Well, I wasn't flat. I was propped up with pillows, but I was laying on my back the first night that it happened. And it woke me up, and it probably didn't even last about, 20, 30 seconds maybe. Nothing long. And so I went back to sleep. I wasn't laying on it funny or anything. But then this particular night, it lasted for like 3 minutes. I mean, it was just non-stop darts shooting straight through my arm, down into my hand, like extremely painful. I was shaking my hand, I was shaking my arm, trying to make sure, like if there were bees, I could get it out, and it wasn't stopping. So I called the nurse line for that reason. But when you're pregnant, they do the set of triage questions asking you, how the pregnancy's going, blah blah blah. Well, I told the nurse that I had been experiencing all this pressure in my pelvic area, and then I wasn't too concerned about it. I figured it was just growing pains, and maybe I was having them a little earlier this time around than I did with Sean. And so she said, oh, okay. So she called the doctor and talked to the doctor, and she called me back and said, well, the doctor's more concerned about your pelvic pressure than the pain in your arm. And I'm like, that's not even what I called for. I called you because I've got pain in my arm. Like, I'm not worried about the pelvic pressure. And so she was like, we really want you to see your doctor the next day because you shouldn't be having that kind of pressure. I rated it on a scale of 1 to 10. I rated it like a 6 or a 7 because it was keeping me from walking. Sometimes I would have to walk funny, or if I'm in the truck and I get out, I have to stand there for a minute before I walk. When I was in the shower that night, I couldn't even lift my foot to wash my foot. So I went and saw Dr. Cook the next morning. Turns out the pains in my arm sounds like I'm developing, carpal tunnel. I work all day on my computer. I'm typing all day, nonstop. So they recommended that I get not a sling, a wrist splint to put my arm in. I haven't done that yet, but I haven't also had any more pain. So I guess I'll deal with it as it comes. She did an exam, and she said that the baby is just super long, and at that time that she did the exam, she said the baby was resting on my pelvic bone. So she said, this time around it just may be a little harder pregnancy because the baby is consistently resting right in that area. I'm like, it's not supposed to get harder, it's supposed to get easier. Like, what is that about? So, um, from that conversation and some of the other little things that's been going on, I've kind of summed up that I'm having a little lazy daughter. So we'll see. Our gender scan is on in a couple of weeks, so we'll figure out what's going on there. So at that appointment, we did my first trimester screens. I did all my blood work and all that stuff, and everything came back normal and fine with the exception of my vitamin D level. So she said she was a little worried about it because it was at that level this time of year, which is summertime. It should be much higher. So she had me get another supplement, a D3 supplement. So I started that last week. But really because I haven't been outside all summer. I've been in the house sick all summer. So, the process started in June. I was in the house on bed rest. And then right after, then I was sick, nauseous, morning sickness, just sick to my stomach. So that's where my summer was, spent in the house. So that's why my vitamin D levels are extremely low because I haven't been outside in the sun. So, what else? So I've gained 3 pounds in the first 14 weeks. And my next OB appointment is October 4th. Our anatomical scan is also, or gender scan, is also on the 4th that morning at like 7:45 or something like that. So that's where we are pregnancy-wise. We will be 15 weeks tomorrow. And I think that about brings us up to speed on where we are with that. So, on to Sean. So we're still potty training. Potty training sucks. It's not going well at all. He's telling us that he has to poo after he poos. Not the best scenario. But we're working on it. We've got books and we've been reading, and we've got this little potty time little thing that he's supposed to do, and he has to go potty. It's worked once, but we're going to keep at it. I'm not going to lose faith. He's got to be potty trained. So this is like really hard. It's like the hardest thing, I've had to do. So I don't really know. We're still doing the sitting down thing, and he's on our toilet. We put the little one, the kid's toilet that we did have for him, the little potty, away because he was only peeing on it. He wouldn't poop on it. So I said, well, this is crazy. He's got to pee and poop on the toilet. So we cleaned that, put that away. So now he's on our toilet, and he's got a little step stool that he gets up on to get up there. So there's really no excuse as to why he's just choosing not to. Like, he'll tell you he has to potty, and he'll go pee on the toilet, but he's still pooping in the diaper. And we've been at this now since, I don't know, casually. When did we start this? So, like, I think that was Super Bowl Sunday. He ran down the hallway and knocked on the door when I was in the shower and said, "Mama, pot." And I think he was like, let's see, he would have been 18 months in December. So he was 20 months old at that time. So we've been kind of casually doing it since then, but really, or for those first couple of months, but then really like a month, 2 months before he turned 2 is when we really started focusing on it. And then when I started the process, with the back and forth with the doctor, and then I couldn't lift him, and so we really just kind of let it go by the wayside. So I'm hoping now that we're back at it 100% that it'll start to pick up a little bit. So I'm really hoping that before this baby comes, he's completely done and out of diapers. I don't want to still be buying diapers. The new baby will be in the cloth diapers, but Sean's too big for them now, so we're buying regular diapers, disposable diapers. So, okay, so that's that. He's doing good in school, at daycare, all that's going well. What else if you guys have not called Tommy to wish him a happy birthday, it was Friday, so you can still call him and let him know he turned 29. What else? Upcoming stuff. So here's the end. So last part of the update. So upcoming stuff we have going on is what's coming up. Apple Holler. We're going to the Apple Orchard next weekend. No, the 22nd. We also have family photos that morning. We didn't do. Sean didn't have a 2-year-old shoot, so we're gonna kind of combine it and do a family and a 2-year-old, kind of like we did last year. So we're hoping to get some good pictures out of that. It's a new photographer because our old girl moved out of town. She moved to Michigan and she referred us to this new girl. So I'm hoping that works out. Then we kind of got a little hooky day planned for Wednesday. We're going to go to the pool at the Y Wednesday morning and then do the zoo in the afternoon with his god sister. So that's planned. Let's see. Oh, and then we're going to do, so this is my new project right now, is we're going to do this anniversary party. So it's like an anniversary dinner / gender reveal. So we'll find out on the 4th, but like our parents and family won't, and a couple of friends won't find out until the 13th of October, which is when our anniversary dinner is. So it'll be 8 years married and the gender reveal of the new baby. So I'm working on some options. I just kind of really solidified what I think I want to do yesterday. But if you guys have any ideas, because last time I did that surprise cake where it was like psychedelic colors on the outside, it said it's a, you guys remember it, it's on my blog. And then we had Tommy cut into it and the icing inside was blue, so that's how you know it was a boy. I really don't want to do that again. I want to do something different. But I want it for everybody. We've got like 20 guests coming to the dinner. So if you guys have ideas, or let me know what you did to do your gender reveals, or whatever, just let me know. Inbox me or text me or whatever. But that's it for now. Enough. 3 videos done. You guys are caught up. I am now in my 4th month, and let's see, weeks 13 through 17 are your 4th month of pregnancy. So you guys want to see what my 4-month pregnant belly looks like? Ugh. There it is. Pretty big. Pretty sad already. Still gotta go till March. Oh, I don't think I told you guys that the exact due date is March 5th, which is my mother-in-law's birthday. So we're still working on names. I think I've got a winner. Got to get Paul on board for it, so we'll see. I will be in touch soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.